There's something magical about the first snowfall of the season. It doesn't announce itself, it just quietly appears, and suddenly, winter is here. There's this romantic idea of traveling from the city to the countryside for the holidays, trading the hustle and bustle for a pace that's slow and calm. In Valheim, that brings me to the mountains. The mountains are stark and beautiful, with rugged cliffs and snow that blankets everything in sight. It's a harsh environment, but it has a quiet charm, especially in winter, when the season encourages a sense of togetherness. Hi, I'm Klaus, and welcome to Mountain Manor. My brief for this project was to design a large wood home suited for entertaining. Some of the main features were to include a massive entry, a dining hall, and an observation deck. I also wanted to dedicate more space to guest rooms so that there would be plenty of beds for those staying the night. It's always great when a building looks like it belongs. One method I use to achieve this is to avoid modifying the landscape unless absolutely necessary. Working around trees and other natural features instead of removing them helps the structure nestle in with the environment. I started by framing out the shape of the structure to see what best fit the site. After some trial and error, I decided on a central hall with a wing on each side. I then aligned the front of the building to face south, which not only maximizes natural light, but also provides stunning views from the front, the back, and the west wing. I love a grand entry, something that immediately grabs your attention, and this one doesn't disappoint. It starts with a large set of stone stairs. I wanted these stairs to feel permanent, built to withstand the harsh mountain climate. Sure, they get icy, but I've put plenty of salt down, so don't sue me if you slip. The stairs pass between the wings, which act as a windbreak, almost like the building is giving you a big, warm hug. As you climb, you'll notice the windows offering glimpses of the bright, cozy interior. It's like the house is already inviting you in, even before you've reached the door. The doorway itself feels modest at first glance, but once you step inside, the main hall reveals itself. The space is enormous, but that scale is intentionally designed to captivate you. With balconies above, the grand staircase, towering pillars, and the serpent trophy mounted high, your eye is naturally drawn upwards, taking it all in, and it's quite the sight. Like in the farmhouse, this entry is designed to help you navigate the home. To your left, there's the kitchen and dining room. To your right, a workshop. Straight ahead, the grand staircase leads to the observation deck, residential quarters, and guest rooms. Fun fact, here's the original design for these stairs. The bottom didn't open up, which made the stairs a lot more narrow and lessened their impact. It's interesting how a simple change can have such a great effect. I think this looks so much better. Cold temperatures, snow and ice can be demanding on a home. Things break and repairs are constant. To meet those needs, this house includes a workshop with a kiln, smelter, and a blast furnace. They're functional, though not quite as reliable as the setup at Seafair. I really like how the workbench, forge, and their upgrades fill out this space. It's busy, but in a way that feels purposeful and lived in, just the right amount of clutter. Step through the double doors and you'll find a small patio. With all the heat this room generates, it's nice to go outside and cool off. That cold air will do you some good. Across the hall is the kitchen and dining room, sharing an open plan layout. During the holidays, cooking and dining naturally bring everyone together, so this arrangement feels just right. This might actually be my favorite kitchen. I'm not entirely sure why, but it has such a lively, inviting atmosphere. Since I didn't want walls dividing the space, I used pillars to define the boundary instead. It's a small detail, but it tricks the eye into seeing distinct spaces without making the room feel closed off. The dining room is built for entertaining an entire clan. The long, dark wood table is the centerpiece with a dad's potion shelf nearby, because, family. Above the table, I hung a brazier and enclosed it with a drop-down wall. This does two things. It traps the smoke so it doesn't fill the room, and, well, it just looks cool. To keep things balanced, I added a casual sitting area near the dining space. This section juts out slightly from the main house, capturing more of the view and breaking up what would otherwise be a flat wall. I find myself wishing for better seating options in the game. Something like Hildir's sofa would have been perfect here, but despite that, I'm really happy with how this space came together. Up the first set of stairs to the observatory, but we'll come back to this. Instead, let's head to the guest rooms on the right. I decided to dedicate this whole area to guest housing. Like the grand stairs, this foyer also went through some renovations. Originally, this wall was empty, too empty. It drew attention away from the room because it was such a negative space. I decided instead to add some comfort features with a small fireplace, some seating, and a few decorations. There are 3 guest rooms here. The 2 on the bottom are identical twin rooms. Inside each are just enough furnishings to make them nice and comfortable. Their real benefit, though, is that they both share access to the outdoor balcony. It's a great place to bundle up and take in the view. Up the spiral stairs is the 3rd guest room. There are multiple beds and some additional storage. I think it would be a great bunk room for some kids, but this space could be used for just about anything. I came real close to adding a balcony here. I think it would have been a little too much though. It's good to know when to stop and not overwork something. Across the way is the trophy room, where I've placed the map table, several trophies, and a few rare items around. This area is meant to precede the master bedroom, like if you had to come find the owner, then you'd first have to walk through here and see their history of adventure. Overlooking the hall is a balcony with a matching one across the way. These add a great sense of theatricality to the interior, making the hall, the stairway, and the observatory feel like they're part of a grand performance. Just past the trophies in the balcony is the master bedroom. The room is large and open, but still comfortable. To keep the room extra toasty, I installed a raised fireplace. With a table for private meals and a hot tub for unwinding, this room offers a quiet, luxury retreat, perfect for hiding from the in-laws. There's also a charming balcony, which provides a welcoming spot to greet visitors or let in a bit of fresh air. When I started planning Mountain Manor, I knew I wanted a feature that was a bit unexpected. So, welcome to the observatory. This space extends out over the cliffside, giving you a sweeping view of the meadows below. Building this room on the cliff was a challenge, but it gave me the opportunity to design something truly unique. The structure is supported by iron wood beams, inspired by old rail bridges with their crisscross patterns reinforcing vertical supports. The open design and large windows make the room feel connected to the world outside, while its size and lighting create a cozy atmosphere. This observatory is the centerpiece of Mountain Manor. Whether it's a lounge, a retreat, or the perfect stage for the Yule tree, this space adapts to the moment. You know, I'm not much of a holiday guy, but Mrs. Klaus tells me I did a good job decorating. I'll take her word for it. For me, the observatory is a place to pause and take in the view. The kind of place I'd like to come back to at the end of a long day. Plus, it's nice to sit by the Yule tree while it lights up the room at night. It's spaces like this that make Mountain Manor feel like more than just a home. It's a place to gather, reflect, and celebrate with the people you care about. Whether it's gathering around the Yule tree in the observatory, sharing a meal in the dining hall, or warming up by a fire after a long day in the mountains, this manor is designed to create moments of connection. The kind of place I'd love to spend the Yuletide. If you enjoyed this tour and want to see more builds like this, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps me keep creating and sharing these projects. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you next time.